be times in your life where you feel weak, where you feel like you can't do something, where you feel like the competition is too much for you. You just want to run and hide. One of my favorite books of all time, a book I've read probably 100 times, is the Bhagavad Gita. It's a spiritual classic. And I always think of the scene in the beginning of the book when Arjuna is with Krishna. Now, Krishna is God incarnate. And Arjuna, they're on a battlefield, and Arjuna's looking across the battlefield, and he's scared. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't feel worthy of being in battle. He doesn't feel capable of going into battle. He doesn't want to go into battle against the people he's about to go into battle against. And he shrinks down, becomes tiny, curls up in a ball. And this line, I underlined the first time I read the story, and I stop every time I read it now. Krishna looks down at Arjuna, who's a shell of himself, and he says to Arjuna, "Arise. This weakness does not become you." Meaning, this is not you. Stop acting like a coward. Raise up and fight. You may die. You may lose. So what? Don't be a coward. Fight. Now imagine God, Christ, Mohammed, whatever you believe in, standing before you, saying to you, "Arise. This weakness you're displaying, that's not you. Get up and fight." You will end up in situations where the competition probably is very, very good. And you might be scared. You may not want to show up. But that's not you. That's the small you. That's the coward inside you. The hero inside you, which is in all of us, the great person inside you, the rare person inside you, you need to wake that person up. Arise and meet the challenge. In sports, in academics, in business, in life, there will be things across from you that you don't want to engage with. And a lot of people don't show up. They just don't show up. They're intimidated. They're fearful. So they make excuses as to why they couldn't make it to the game, to the camp, to the audition, to the school, to the interview. They just disappear. That's why the quote, "A large part of success is just showing up." You have to be able to sense that weakness in you, that fear in you, and remember that line, "Arise. This weakness is not you." Don't be a coward. Go and fight, and go all out. If you lose, you lose. If you lose your reputation, if you embarrass yourself, so what? At least you got on the battlefield. You didn't turn and run away. I've made a study of military history, just a surface study of it, but I've read a lot. I've also studied war journalists and the psychology of soldiers. And it's very interesting because in battle, after the fight, when they check the guns of the soldiers, most soldiers never fired a bullet. In fact, only 1/5 of infantry in combat in World War II ever fired their gun at the enemy. It's a crazy thing to think about. They were acting like they were firing their guns, but they never fired a single shot. Something to think about. Most people are cowards. That's why I use the term rare. It's not that you're better or anything like that. It's that you're rare because you're going to try to manifest the highest version of yourself in this life. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, that's what you're going to do. When you feel down and out, you arise. Because this weakness does not become you. No matter what it is, whatever challenge you're facing, you find the courage, you pick up your sword, and you charge like a bloody maniac at the problem. Growing up, I was always interested in the mental game. After years of study, I developed the Basketball Brain program. My life is devoted to helping others achieve their greatness. I hope you'll like, subscribe, and if you take a chance with the Basketball Brain program, I promise you your game's going to reach levels that you never thought possible.